and there are going to be speakers later. Thank you so much, Rangoon, for coming and playing again at the farm. We've missed you. Thank you for coming back, and thanks, Jeanette, for organising all of this. You're amazing. Here's to the strikers, everyone.
Real privilege to be playing here. Thank you, Janet, for Jeanette. Thank you, Jan, for inviting us and organising it. Quite a lot of our music has a bit of a message to it, but we're going to rock into the very political stuff more in the second set. So I want you to just relax and enjoy it, this first one.
Looking for the city of broken dreams, West Coast country, beauty queen. Took a ride on the canyon roads and let the world line be my first time. Looking for the pursuit, Hollywood. Looking for the pursuit, Hollywood. There's a wind blowing in our foothill, dries them out like a filthy pill. Neon lights in the living sun, looking for some action 'cause I ain't got none. Pass the sign way back for Hollywood. Pass the sign way back for Hollywood. Driving on to the night for Hollywood. Driving on to the night to Hollywood. Walking on the job, didn't pay too well. Boss man's daughter giving me hell. The fella told me if I made it to his club downtown, get me a gig, show me around. Now I'm sleeping on a bar in Hollywood. In Hollywood. Work and I can't pay the rent. Sold my guitar, now the money's all spent. Broke a window in a side street store. Just no use in dreaming anymore. Watching the sunrise and the sunset. Watching the sunrise and the sunset straight. Just don't go back and make it pay. Drink my money when I get to play. Just another day if I got the prize in Hollywood. Just gotta hold on one more day. Can't afford to go and I just can't stay. Just another day in paradise in Hollywood. driving out to the night. Thank you.
So good to be here. We've been looking forward to this, and the weather, while cold, it's not raining, and it looks gorgeous out there.
When I met her, we were both in the gutter. She always had more promise than me. She always had this way about her. I knew one day she'd have to leave, and I know that I'm lucky to be here. She's holding my head in your lap. You got me at a disadvantage. I don't know if you're coming back. Showed me the news this morning, took my breath away. I'm sick because they finally done it, and I don't know, just don't know what to say. Dreamed last night about that country fair, lights of flashing silver and gold, shining like stars in the rain in your hair. We walk together all the way home. Just one day I'm gonna feel better. I can live sit through the rest of my day. Maybe you can write me a postcard, love and kisses from the Frisco Bay. And I gotta get my house in order. Old habits are so hard to break. Smoke-filled nights and whiskey dreams, and that is why I'm away. The world has got to see your beauty. The world will be better that way. Though you don't need me, and I don't know, just don't know what to say. Slurs and innuendo flying around my head. Sticks and stones and broken bones and everything you say. Jabs and jokes at my expense, my sense of humor gone. Pulling apart the platform that my world is built upon. Slurs and innuendo, all just blatant lies. You should see the venom I see in your eyes. Slurs and innuendo, how can it be true? Even if I'm guilty, I sure ain't telling you. Sensitive and fragile, my defenses are deployed. One thing that you're right about, yeah, sure, I'm paranoid. Just look in the mirror, see your bitterness and lies. You use this hate to wipe away sadness in your eyes. Slurs and innuendo, all just blatant lies. You should see the venom I see in your eyes. Slurs and innuendo, how can it be true? Even if I'm guilty, I sure ain't telling you. It locks me in a corner like the rat I am. I'm dangerous and desperate, and I'm gonna make a stand. But I got one thing on my side, I know will see me through. Blood and tears and violent fear that I can smell on you. Slurs and innuendos, let's take a break. Lonesome Susie's calling, call her back, for heaven's sake. Slurs and innuendo, put it all aside. You ain't going nowhere, there's nowhere left to hide, Quasi. Thank you very much.
Dedicate that to anyone who feels that there's been slurs and innuendos pointed towards them, perhaps in the numbers 10 and 11 in Downing Street.
Don't break me down like
But
there's all the downs here, Will.
Truss and Quasi are going to be a continuing theme because it just cheers me up so much. But this one could be a message from Quasi to Liz Truss. It's called "Don't Break Me Down."
2, 3, 4, 1.
Break me down this morning, break this foolish boy. me maybe, and once you said you would. Now you're lying to me, baby, and I'm leaving you for good. And it ain't no use shaking your ass no more. I told you, ladies, there's no more, no more. Begging you, baby, walking out that door. Don't break me down. Don't break me down. Don't break me down. This way no more. Don't break me down. Play it for me, Howard. What was that you said? Wait a cotton picking minute, baby. Now I'm coming back to bed. I was only joking when I said I was leaving town. Begging you, baby, please don't break me down. But you had that again. Don't break me down. Don't break me down. Don't break me down. Lose weight no more. Don't break me down. Don't break me down. Break me down. Don't break me down. Lose weight no more. Don't break me down. Don't break me down. Don't break me down. Don't break me down. This way no more. Don't break me down. This way no more. Don't break me down. This way no more. Don't break me down. Thank you very much.
Fireworks. For us, we put it on specially tonight. Very pretty.
Sorry, I'm just going to have to...
Is there something on?
Sorry, the cold fucks up my strings. Messes around with my strings.
Children present.
No, I'm saying messing because there's adults present.
But perhaps we should introduce the song.
I think you should.
Okay, this is one of our sort of political songs, let's call it. But it's I wrote it quite some time ago when there was quite a lot of regeneration going on, which is a good thing, and improvements to council housing and various things like that. But there was lots of areas where there was neglect and there were people left in the cold, and so I took a quote from someone who'd spoken to me when I was a kid, well, teenager, and said, "Don't worry, Will, these kids are used to being let down." So it's called Being Let Down, and it goes like this.
Are you alright, huh? I think something's going to fall down.
It just rocks a little bit. Ready? 2, 3, 4.
Well, the kids were right, only left us a place to hide. Sold our hearts off left and right. Now we're playing in a brownfield side. Take it, break it, blow fracking doors in. Make it, fake it, and then you close it. That's okay, man. These kids are used to being let down. Don't you worry about a thing. It's a rollover ransom for the king. No one wants to be a millionaire. You're dealing dreams, how do you dare? Take it, break it, both cracking goes in. Make it, fake it, and then you close it. Squeeze it, tease it, fiddle the figure. Have it off with the highest bidder. That's okay, man. These kids are used to be. Now you're mortgage free beside the seat, and the kids who got you moved out of town. And they're sending you a warning cause you caused a global warming, but you know you got to mind it down. Nothing safe to leave and there's knives on the street who ain't time on their hand. And I can hear you say the kids are okay, but you know you got their blood on your hands. Come on and look me in the eye. Jam today was always such a lie. And when you go and let the lights burn down, the kids go out all over town. Take it, break it, no cracking those ears. Make it, fake it, and then you close it. Squeeze it, tease it, fiddle the figure. Have it out with the highest bidder. That's okay, man. These kids are used to being let down. That's okay, man. These kids are used to being let down. These kids are used to being let down. Used to being let down. being let down.
Where's our little dancer friend? He got put off by that one. He's got to come back.
And you're serious.
He- Is that a Guinness? So well done.
It's in a can, but they say it's a bit like it's out of a cup.
It might come as no surprise that a lot of our music is rather inspired by the South of America, South of the United States anyway, and this one's kind of a tribute to that music.
I was seeking my vibrato with a cherry red tomato, the kind of girl who tattoos down her arm. I admired her bravado, a truly full-blood desperado. I was broken by her beauty and her charm. Go down, I'm gonna soak myself in sand. Tell you all about it, but I wouldn't know where to begin. I can hear the gospel choir, gonna set my soul on fire, never gonna go back to the farm. When we met in San Diego, living in her Winnebago, an accident just waiting, taking time. A singer working late shifts, she was living kind of makeshift, but I couldn't find the words to make it rhyme. Filling all my assets to the first guy in the queue. About a minute's got nothing to do with you. I was singing, oh Susanna, Lafayette, Louisiana, brother, can you lend a girl a dime? Rain is falling down below the border. I'm still dry as far as I can tell. I need to drink the healing water. Brother, can you take me to the well? Started making merry with a maraschino cherry when I found that she had drowned herself in gin. Pumping up my tires when I found I crossed my wires with a meter made with stubble on her chin. Going down south, I'm gonna find my gypsy soul. Going to the heart called the land of rock and roll. Got a girl called Memphis Minnie, really loves the Tetrazine. Time to let the southern soul begin. Thank you.
The next one is, oh, there's a big bug. That's not one of our songs. Every time I dance. It's not a big bug. I hope everybody's made a generous contribution to the cause over there with the orange buckets.
Last night we were in a wonderful music venue in Leytonstone called the Luna, and in the first set I wore a coat and a t-shirt, sweated like mad, and they got the whole shop front of the bar all open. I'm still then second set just a t-shirt, but tonight I've got the t-shirt and the shirt, the jumper and the scarf and the coat. But it's I'm warm on inside, it's just fingers. This is our Northern Soul number, featuring Richard and Michelle on rhythm.
Except I'm not from north, up north. Richard is.
Okay. You're from the north of Crete.
The very north of Crete, like not Crete. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Every time I dance with you, when I take a chance with you, die a little bit, cry a little bit. Every time I walk with you, every time I talk with you, die a little bit, cry a little bit. It's a sad thing to say, it's a fair price to pay at the end of the day. Wait a minute,
That's the truth about love.
die a little bit,
That's the truth about love.
try a little hope and pray. Stand by me, take it away. bit.
That's the truth about love.
Way of it.
That's the story of love.
Cry a little bit. That's the glory of love. Stand by me, take me away, set me free. Take my hand, make a start. Take my heart, tear it apart. Every time I dance with you, when I take a chance with you, die a little bit, cry a little bit. Howard Zahner on lead guitar, everybody. And while we're talking about it, Richard Harrison on bass and Michelle Haniotis on drum. And we are Rangoon. And we have CDs. And if you want to buy a CD for £5, we'll donate it to the Doodah What's It.
This will warm you up.
Dance alert.
What's everybody eating? Lentils? Is there still some left? Add some for the band. Oh, you already had some. Oh. I had a bit of quiche before. Quiche is for girls.
That's because you're not a real man.
I know. I need lentils for tonight. Lentils. All right.
This is a song that comes straight out of the Atlas of North America. It's called Desert Highway.
Indeed.
Got a little lazy, did a little time. Went a little crazy across the county line. Hitchhiked through the desert down to Santa Fe. Hey, gotta see it now. Bought some pig and heading down south. Did a little job in Dallas on the way. Sitting all night, heading down the desert highway. Going make days and night down in New Orleans. Running on empty, heading down the desert highway. Down the desert highway, down the desert highway, Lord. Sitting and burning up mine. But I didn't have the time. Scores of feet from a hippie that was passing through. Desert sky was burning, dark against the blue. Desert house perfect reminded me of you. Till I ran a red light, taking me in the battle room. Sitting all night, heading down the desert highway. Going to make day tonight down in New Orleans. Running on empty, heading down the desert highway. Down the desert highway, down the desert highway. desert highway, down the highway, down the highway. Well, I'm looking in the mirror, lights flashing blue, ready to put my foot down, cause they spoiled me. Ready to show the one so close that they can make our dream. Then the horizon, see the city lights, well, I'm going to see it, baby, see the city sights, and then take it out together, heading down to Mexico. In 990, heading down the desert highway, from the tonight down to New Orleans, running on empty, heading down the desert highway, down the desert highway, down the desert highway. Thank you very much.
Next song is Memphis. And then Wake Up to the Night. And then Organiser.
So changing guitars, I'm only getting acoustic guitar in this era. That's what
Memphis, is it? This is a song called I Ain't Going Back to Memphis. Play my country music, play my country song, play my country music when I played it all day long. Well, I love my country music, but now I guess that I was wrong. I ain't going back to Memphis, going back where I belong, down Clitter House way. 'Cause I'm going home to London, going 'cause I must. Going home to London, going to join the upper crust. Well, I'm going home to London, going just like we discussed. I ain't going back to Memphis. Wanna see Memphis, see my dust. Play it for me. Love my Memphis Sally, she used to smile and read the news. Love my Memphis Sally when she wore a high hoop shoe. Well, I love my Memphis Sally, but now she's giving me the blues. I ain't going back to Memphis, and it's all the same to you.
meant for Sally when she wore her high heel shoes. My dad is giving me room. I ain't going back to Memphis. Every time I see you, I ain't going back to Memphis. Every time I see you, I ain't going back to Memphis. Ain't going back to Memphis. Gotta head down to Clear House Farm. But I ain't going back to Memphis. If it's all the same tune. Thank you very much.
So was last night's intro any better?
Yeah, fabulous.
We've had a couple of intros to this song by way of me talking about it, and we rejected the one. I think I wore out the old one, but this is a similar one. So, Howard, have you got any ideas as to how to end this next song?
Nah.
Michelle, got any ideas as to how to end this song?
No.
Richard, any ideas how to end this song? Nah, nah, nah. Sounds like a chorus. I think we... Nah, nah, nah. Anyway, when you get to the end of this song, we have a chorus which is full of nah, nah, nahs, just like Hey Jude, and you can join in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Sometimes break you open, I got a well to ride. Give me some wine, little devotion, and I'll sing for a while. You ain't gonna break me, no, you ain't gonna break me. Gonna break you open wide. Break out those boats with them, sail on the ocean, spread your wings out wide. Come across the hallway, I got a magic potion, I'm gonna make you smile. You ain't gonna break me, no, you ain't gonna break me. Gonna break you open wide. Stick on your Nike if you can catch me. Gonna be out all night. Picked out that door in the street, head for the river. I'm playing way out wide. And if you're gonna break me, oh, if you're gonna break me, gonna break me open. don't go? Wake up to the light. Na, 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 na. Why don't you wake up to the light? What the wind is still out, echoes out today. Let the rain wash away your pain. Hear the harbor lights in the bay. Let the spirit spread your wings. You know you're gonna take flight. You can fly, you can't sing. You can wake up to the night. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Judy, Judy, Judy. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Wake up to the night. One more time. Why don't we wake up to the night?
I can hear cheering from coming from over here, but all I can see is 2 cans of beer. Oh, and one's waving
Yeah,
at me.
very noisy cans of beer. They're very good.
Well, I'm a friend of theirs. Like Love Rising, our last song. And we have our guest speaker in the house now, so. All right.
In unison.
We're going to do the intro in unison. I thought that would be good. This next song's called Uprising. We wrote it when we were working with the pro-democracy movement for Burma. And that all went a little bit weird. Part of the reason why we named the band Rangoon, but they're back in the shit again and they need an uprising. And we need an uprising here too. Certainly there's an awful lot to uprise against. So this is it.
2, 3, 4.
Chaos in the courtroom, skirmish on the street. Everyone is talking to everyone they meet. Everybody clap your hands. Know it's time to make a start. Uprising across the line. Come together. Great day in the suburbs. Sculptures colored dead. There's a 16-year-old lonely boy with an idea in his head. Everybody clap your hands. Know it's time to make a start. Uprising across the land. Come together. bridge on the Delta, on an inner city street. One Delta wants you to be free. Everybody clap your hands. Oh, it's time to make a stand now. Uprising across the land. Come together. Another day goes by, just another crime, just another innocent Barnet high. Just another day goes by, just another lie, just another innocent, just another sacrifice. You're riding on the jail cell wall, forgotten inside the head. There ain't bars in prison you, but your thoughts imprison them. I said your thoughts imprison them. Thank you. Thanks very much. We're going to have a short break. We're going to have a long break because there's all sorts of important people to come along and address the masses. We've got some guys doing filming and recording and live streaming, and it's all very exciting. So we'll hand back to our yard here at Clitter House and let them introduce the next section of the evening. Thank you very much.
Howard, you've lost out now.
Lost out.
Diana and the big fella.
You're going to have to rescue
Yeah,
That's your own stuff now.
Hello again, everyone, and once again, if you're newly arrived, welcome to our yard, Clitter House Farm Project. We're a community enterprise, community run, been going since 2015, slowly taking over this abandoned building and turning it into a social enterprise focused on arts, crafts and sustainability, and namely community. This is all about community. So please do come back and visit us. Tonight we're very happy to have turned into the enemy within to host this very special occasion. An occasion we'd rather not have. We'd rather people were being paid sick pay would rather we had workers' rights that were being upheld in this country. But alas, they are not. And I want to now welcome... Sorry, I'm getting mimed at from off. Oh, I just being asked... Yeah, we are going to have the speakers now, Jeanette. That's what I'm about to announce. Slightly earlier than planned, or slightly later actually, but we got a bit confused. So with no further ado, I want to welcome the three Barnet strikers that have joined us this evening. Tony, Alan and Majid, please come up and say a word, or two, or three, and welcome.
I'm not used to this. Right, thank you for everyone coming. All right, sorry. I'm normally loud anyway, I don't need one of these. Well, Tim Mulvenner, he's a liar. He literally, we've done meetings with him. He said there was several things. No, there weren't. There was two things. It was no, and you can have an extra £500 and you got to pay it back. The payback was £160 a week, a month, sorry, no interest. So that works out to me, and it's 12 months in a year. He said there's no interest. If it was £1,000, £100 is £1,200 back. Add the 60 on top of that.
Yeah.
So he's a liar.
Should I speak?
Yeah, go on.
So ultimately, what you're looking at a guy who was working for Barnet, who was doing good work for Barnet, who hurt himself at work during their hours doing their work. So this, what this entailed long periods of him not being able to work. He asked for pay, he was told he was getting nothing. He asked to come back to do reduced activities to help him with his injury. He was refused that. He was effectively sent home, no money, no nothing. Maybe your job's going to be in question as well. This is how he was left by your council. This is how he was left. Shame on them, shame on them, shame on them. So we've decided to take strike action, which will begin on Monday outside the Grand Park office. We'll be there at 7:30. We hope to see some of your faces there. And thank you everyone for coming tonight. We really appreciate your support. It means so much to us. We really appreciate it. So give yourself a big round of applause. Thank you very much.
Can I say one more thing as well?
Go for it.
When Tim started, he was on 150k a year. In 4 years, he raised his own money to 200 and something a year. What was it?
202.
202k. He's on more than the Prime Minister. And then in COVID, the three top people got a 90 grand bonus, and we got nothing. Working through COVID.
What Tim Mulvenner earns in 90 days is generally the annual pay of most repair workers.
Yeah.
90 days.
90 days. But thank you everyone for coming.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and solidarity to you. It's not often people take the action to strike, and it needs to happen more often. And quite frankly, we shouldn't even need the unions to strike. We should just be striking when we need to strike, when people aren't upholding our rights, no matter what the situation is. So a man who doesn't really need an introduction, thank you for joining us at the farm tonight, John McDonnell.
Can you throw that heckler out? I know. A number of reasons why I'm here. Let me just give you the first reason. I've been supporting this branch for, I don't know, Helen, over decades, to be honest. And every time I get a phone call from Helen or John Burgess, they're not phone calls, are they? They're harassment, basically. I turn up, whether it's on a picket line or whatever, and I've never really forgiven them the time, I think over 10 years ago, and they They invited me and Jeremy on a demonstration, and then they said, don't worry, we've hired a bus, there'll be no problem, we'll turn up, it'll be a march, it'll be a joyous occasion, we might have some music, it's just going to be, it'll be like a mini Notting Hill carnival. Jeremy and I turn up, it's an open air bus, it's snowing, and the snow is coming at us horizontally.
In March, mind you.
In March.
And it is our spring march.
And John Burgess says, this is a unique occasion. I said, fucking well, it is a unique occasion. I'm freezing to death here. Jeremy and I think nearly went down in pneumonia. Anyway, ever since, every time there's been a dispute, it's always been a privilege to come up and join you in the campaign, to be frank. And I want to pay tribute to the work that this branch does. Your fame goes wider than just Barnet, I tell you. In fact, there's people in Unison headquarters who have near heart attacks every time they hear about you. But right the way across the country, when John and Helen, you get on their Twitter and all the rest, it's interesting. What you do is you inspire others, because when you stand up about a cause, whether it's about what's happening to the workforce or what's happening to public services in the area, it inspires others to stand up as well. So you do more than just protect your own members and fight for your local community. You inspire people right the way across our movement, and I can't thank you enough for that. The other issue is, the reason I'm here is obviously this dispute. I find it unbelievable. This is the year 2021. Even two. See, living in the past. When did this dispute start? No, anyway. I find it difficult. You know, we're in the 2022, you know, we're in the 21st century. We're in the 5th richest country in the world. A person goes to work, does his job, and does it well, public service, gets injured, and then gets told nothing. They'll get nothing. No work, no sick pay, nothing like that. This is like stepping back to the Victorian era, isn't it? Before trade union. Yeah, exactly. To be frank, someone shouted out shame. The council, as well as this management, should be ashamed that this is happening in this borough. And so what's happening here, again, is just out of absolute solidarity. I'm here in solidarity for this dispute. And next week I'll get down on the picket lines whenever I can, and I know Jeremy will as well. The issue for us is the same old, it's what we put on the trade union banners, isn't it? Injury to one is an injury to all. Yes. But the other thing we put on our banner as well is that secret we learnt, which is unity is strength. Yes. Injury to one is injury to all, but unity is strength. And in Latin America, that they had that slogan, you know, the workers united will never be defeated. Well, we're not going to be defeated in this strike. We're going to win it, absolutely win it. And we're going to win it with a victory that I think that will send a message right the way across the country to any form of management that tries this ever on again. And what's interesting, if you look at the disputes we're involved in at the moment, we're winning strike after strike. At Heathrow in my constituency last week at American Airways, the workers threatened to bring that airway to a halt. They've just been awarded a 19% pay rise. At Heathrow in my constituency, when they tried fire and rehire, we threatened to close down the whole airport. They ended fire and rehire and they started taking people back on, and their wages were protected. All of that came about because people are standing firm right the way across the country. We're winning dispute after dispute as a result of demonstrating strength in solidarity, and that's what this dispute is all about. We're back in Parliament now. We'll be raising this dispute in Parliament, and the one thing that we can do in Parliament, as you know, we're not constrained by libel laws or anything like that. We will be naming and shaming the individual managers themselves who are breaking the strike. Absolute solidarity. We stand together to win, and we will win. But in addition to that, what you'll do is you'll be part of that spark that lights that fire right the way around the country in other disputes as well. This is a fundamentally important dispute, and I know taking that decision to make this an all-out strike is tough, but to be frank, it was the right decision. I'm pleased Unison have backed it as well, but I think you'll get backing right the way across the Labour and trade union movement. You'll certainly have the solidarity from me and Jeremy and other left MPs in Parliament. Solidarity.
That was amazing. Thank you, John McDonnell. You're a diamond. We love you. Right, our next speaker is Shelley Asquith from the TUC Health and Safety, I think it is, yeah? Come on, let's hear you. Give a big welcome, please. Thank you.
Thanks very much. I'm not quite as seasoned, so I've got some notes, but I just want to thank you for inviting me here tonight. Thanks to Barnet Unison, and I really, really want to thank the brothers who are going on strike from Monday and all your colleagues, you know, doing it not just for Medji, not just for yourselves, but for every worker who might get injured on the job in defence of their right to get sick pay. Thank you so, so much. I think your action is particularly inspiring because it's about solidarity, it's about standing by one of your own, and it's also about recognising that an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us, as John said, an injury to one is an injury to all. And I want to mention just quickly another action that was taking place today, which was a protest against the closure of a Department for Work and Pensions site called Phoenix House, which is over 200 miles away in Barrow. And it's relevant because it's a site which processes every claim for industrial injuries disablement benefit in the country, and it's compensation for thousands of workers who are made seriously ill by their job. Most of them actually are terminally ill asbestos victims, and it's an expert team of civil servants based in that site who understand the illnesses of their claimants and the schemes that they're entitled to and the ways in which work has made them sick. And that site is now marked for closure by the Tory government. And it's a Tory government, isn't it, that's freezing and starving working class people in Britain. They're cutting our services, they're overseeing a cost of living crisis while giving handouts to the rich. And just as we've seen with, you know, thousands of people made sick by work with COVID, exposed to COVID in their workplace, the Tories and the bosses refuse to take any accountability for the workers made sick or injured on their job. They're more concerned with business interests than they are with working people's health and safety. They're more concerned with going after the rights of working people than of keeping them safe. And you know, they're more concerned with that than going after the bosses who make them sick and injured in the first place. Bosses like Barnet Homes and ultimately Barnet Council. And of course we know it's not the employers and it's not the politicians who protect us, obviously esteemed company tonight accepted, but it's certainly not Barnet Council who protect us. The only ones coming to protect us is ourselves, and in the face of every attack on working class people, be it in Barnet, be it in Barrow or anywhere else in Britain, it has to be our unions that step in, stand up and fight back. And I think every union branch across the country needs to be taking a leaf out of Barnet Unison's book, and particularly you guys that are going out from Monday. And I think it's really fantastic the way you've got together tonight for an evening of entertainment, hopefully also a healthy strike fund, so please do dig deep everyone and give to that to kickstart Monday's action. You seem to be coming from a real position of strength, I think. I know this is the first continuous strike action in Unison's history, is that right? First ever, like you are making history, and that is amazing, and I'm sure it won't be the last one. But the fact that the employer has already had to back down on this plan to pull in scab labour to replace you, I think is a victory already. They've already realised before the strike started that they are not able to break it, so I think that's a good sign. You know, I just want to say, you know, the bosses can expose us to toxic substances, they can injure us, they can cut our pay, they can deny us PPE, they can deny us sick pay, but they can't break our solidarity. And that is what holds our class together. So, and that's what ultimately will win this strike and will win all the other struggles and battles ahead. So keep going on behalf of the Trade Union Congress and myself and everyone here tonight and across the trade union movement. Thank you, solidarity.
Oh, hang on, it's this one. Yeah, I'm Helen Davis. I'm the branch chair of Barnet Unison. I'm speaking here. I think John Burgess, our branch secretary, would love to be here. Unfortunately, He had a procedure last Saturday which has left him somewhat incapacitated this week. So he's suffering with that, and more importantly, he would love to have been engaged in those discussions we had with management of Barnet Group this week, telling them what he thinks. And I can tell you a few things of what we think. Pretty disgraceful, actually. It absolutely beggars belief that we are here in a dispute about 3 weeks' worth of somebody's low-paid worker's wages, where they keep saying it's about the principle. What principle? What principle are they defending? Oh, the right of a management to deny someone sick pay. That's the noble principle they are defending. We choose not to defend that. We're saying you can be bigger than that. Actually, you earn a lot more than that. You should be putting the money back into these people's pockets. In COVID, we knew who was keeping society running, didn't we? It was people like Julia, who's here, from United Voices of the World, who took strike action for care workers. Our lead rep, a care worker, Anju, she said, Helen, put in £50 for me, I'll pay you back. Put in £50 for me, I'll donate. I'll go without this month because this strike is important. That's the way that our class operates. That's what we think is important. It's about sticking together, because we know without our labour, us helping one another, nothing happens. Those trains don't work. Those trains don't get us anywhere unless there are people willing to man the trains. And that's what we've seen with the RMT dispute. CWU, they've kept people in touch with one another, kept delivering them vital packages throughout COVID, and they are being bullied like nothing. They've been told that they're all going to be sacked. There's going to be thousands of people sacked. So we stand with all of them workers, just as the guys in repairs have decided to stand by their colleague who's being treated in a shameful way. We know the Barnet Group does step outside of its procedures to help people. I ask you, why not Mejdi? Why not help him? What are they trying to prove? And if they think they're trying to prove that they can take on the union and break us, think again. We've got friends. Our friends are many. They're millions. So dig deep and let's keep going. Thank you.
No idea what's going on.
Should we get on?
I've got to reset myself.
Yeah.
So,
When you're ready.